All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome into CUTV Sports 1 once again for another edition of Forechecking. We're live here. Starting off in our gallery view, so you can see everybody. I'm not starting off alone, but we have five of us today. Myself, John Gatellis. Johnny Sakaguchi is up there at his home, up the mountains instead of down at Cal U today. He's changed up the scenery just a bit. Scotty P down there. We got Peyton Trollinge and Doug Glackey is with us again. How's it going, guys?
Another round down, ready for the finals.
Yeah, and Johnny, of course, wearing his Dallas Stars jersey. As we know, he's this is the first time and since what year you've predicted this Stanley Cup final?
This
you told me of it.
This is the first time in 15 years. So the season after the lockout, Crosby's rookie year.
Okay.
I had first time I've predicted the finals. So it's been about 15 seasons since then.
Nice. Well, you got it now. You got the Dallas Stars in your final. It's tied 1-1 in that series so far. Game 2 is last night, but let's get into it. Let's go to the conference finals rounds first, and let's talk about those. Shipping off to the East, let's start with that Tampa Bay Lightning and the Islanders of New York. That was a great series. Lightning taking that 4-2. I'm going to shoot over to Peyton here first and let him discuss because he was our Islanders fan. Give me your thoughts on this series, Peyton.
Do I have to?
Yes, you do. I'm sorry, but you do.
Nah, it's fine. Tampa played a good game. They played a really good series. Braden Point really popped off this series. He's been popping off throughout the entire playoffs. And, I mean, we all thought – I think a lot of us – I knew, Doug was saying with me that the Islanders were going to win the series, and I thought it was going to be closer. But, you got to give credit where credit's due. Tampa played a really solid game. They've been grinding out. They had to make the finals this year to shed their losses from last year when they got knocked out in the first round. They got swept. But like I said, you got to give credit where credit's due. So they just played a better game than the Islanders. Simple as that.
Let's shift over to our hockey expert and Doug Glackey, and give me your thoughts on this series in Tampa and New York.
Well, I thought it was a lot better than what we thought it was going to be right off the hop. Right away, we thought that Tampa was just going to destroy them and that the Islanders were going to roll over and die. But they made it interesting. Eberle had that OT winner to force Game 6, and I thought for sure they were going to end up winning Game 6 and then going to Game 7. And it was going to be, basically a jump ball for who goes to the Stanley Cup final at that point. But honestly, guys, don't sleep on the Islanders. There's a lot of stuff that can happen this offseason. I imagine they're going to revisit the Zach Parise thing. And, they have one of the best prospect pools in the league. So this is definitely going to be a team on the rise, even though they did kind of go on a bit of a luck bender throughout the playoffs. But let me tell you, man, this team's going to be unreal.
All right, indeed they will. Let's go over to Scotty P here. Let's talk about it. What you got? Islanders and Lightning. Give me your thoughts.
Another great performance by the Tampa Bay Lightning. Even when Braden Point, who's been the best player on that Lightning team, went down for a couple of games, Nikita Kucherov stepped right into that role that he's used to playing and put up 10 points in this series. So a great job by him. Point also had a great series, as we mentioned earlier. Hedman played well. Yanni Gourde also did. And Andrei Vasilevsky's played to his caliber. To the Islanders, I feel like the offense just kind of fell off there as the series went along. They weren't putting up the numbers that they had in the previous rounds. So, at the end of the day, the Islanders have nothing to be ashamed of. This is not a series that you hang your heads on. You're kind of in the same boat as Vancouver in a sense, is that, hey, you gave the best team in your conference a run for their money. It was a competitive series all the way around, and the Islanders have nothing to be ashamed about. They're going to be around. I'd even go as far as say that they're the best team in the Metropolitan Division right now. I think they're the best team in the Metro, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here in years future underneath Barry Trotz.
All right, and Johnny, close us out here. Tampa and New York. Give us your thoughts.
Honestly, I thought this was going to go the distance. I really thought going into Game 6 that the other night that we were going to see a Game 7, and it's going to have to come down onto pretty much the last shot for that one. But again, everything to say about this series has been said. And if I'm the Islanders, Scotty, you said it best. They should not be disappointed. And the fact that they got this far, it was quite outstanding. I do believe I'm not going to say they are the best team in the Metro. I will say they are one of the best right now, because I'm not going to put down the Philadelphia Flyers and Pittsburgh. I got a feeling it's going to be bouncing back here soon with some new blood coming into the lineup. That's for another time. However, I do believe Tampa is doing a lot of amazing things because they're still doing this without Steven Stamkos. So only time will tell on what they will do in this Stanley Cup Finals against Dallas.
All right, let's jump over to the West now. Of course, like you said, Lightning taking that 4-2 of the Islanders. The West Series, Vegas and Dallas. This one shocked us a lot. A lot of us thought this would go the distance in this series to a full 7 games, possibly a 6, but it was done in 5. And we talked about it. Dallas winning that 4-1 in that series. Vegas only had 1 win that entire series, and that was in Game 2 on a 3-0 victory. But Dallas played well, so I'll just shoot right back to you, Johnny, and let you go on your little high horse here for Dallas Stars. Go ahead, give me your thoughts on this series.
Do y'all believe me now? Oh, the Dallas Stars. I told you guys from the beginning with Dallas that they were going to probably end up making the conference finals. And what did they do? They went on to win the Stanley Cup final, or go to the Stanley Cup Finals and win the West. Again, I was highly shocked though that they did it in 5. I thought this was going to be a dragged out another 7-game series. And Dallas shut down all the offensive weapons that Vegas had and lit up Marc-Andre Fleury and Leighton and like they were a Christmas tree. But it was. Yeah, but I'm not going to be disappointed in how they did it. Most of those games were a couple close ones, but they were. I believe game 1 was a 5-1 victory. Yeah, I could be wrong on that, but I think going forward, Dallas is going to be a handful for Tampa. So
Game 1 was 1-0.
1-0. That's right. I'm thinking later on down the series.
Yeah,
5-0.
And Robin Leonard. So you know, Leighton was a Dallas Stars guy at some point, wasn't he?
Former Dallas Star.
Yeah, he was the goalie for a while.
All good. Yeah, Dallas only taking that 1 win in Game 2, 3-0. Let's shoot over to Scotty P here. Your thoughts on this series, Dallas and Vegas?
Well, Johnny, that you finally gotten off your soapbox. I want to give credit to the Dallas Stars. They were a good team. They played the way they did what they were supposed to do. I obviously didn't give them the respect that they deserved. I thought that Vegas was gonna be a competitive series. Don't get me wrong, but I figured at the end of the day, Vegas was going to be the better team, and it just didn't end up working out that way. Jamie Benz played really well. I don't know what got into Anton Khudobin in this series, but that man was absolutely astounding. When you look at how he played in the previous series against Colorado, that was the main reason why I was going with Vegas, was because Khudobin didn't look too well against the Avalanche. So I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be light work for the Golden Knights. And then the guy turns in a .950 save percentage. So it was a good performance by Khudobin. For the Golden Knights, I feel like, it was just karma at the end of the day. They were really cocky in these playoffs. They seemed pretty arrogant and chirpy, and it just seemed like they were entitled to a cup final appearance. And rightfully so. They were a good team, but at the end of the day, things just sort of fell off the wheels fell off the wagon would be the terminology to use there, but not a good look there for the Vegas Golden Knights.
All right, Doug, what do you have to say about this one, Vegas and Dallas?
I mean, man, this was a crazy series. We all thought that, like we've all said so far, we thought it was going to go the distance. For my own personal vendettas, I'm heartbroken that Marc-Andre Fleury did not get a chance to, be the savior boy in this series. That just is absolutely devastating to me. But honestly, man, Dallas has been unreal. The fact that they were actually able to overcome Vegas and beat that team gives me so much more confidence that they can beat Tampa going into the Stanley Cup final, even if Stamkos comes back, because that team was absolutely loaded. Like, when you think of it this way, Vegas probably has the most perfect balanced distribution of talent across 4 lines over any team in the league. So it's absolutely insane that Dallas was able to pull this off. I think that there might be a little I refer to it as a luck bender. I think it's a part of them going on a luck bender right now. The big thing is like Dallas wasn't supposed to be anywhere near here. So they've made it here. They're running with the house money, and now we just got to see basically what the hell happens.
All right, let's shoot over to Peyton Trollinger here. I want to talk to Peyton. He's a big Marc-Andre Fleury fan. So, I mean, give me your thoughts on the series, but also how you feel about – because Fleury didn't really play, obviously. Like as Doug had said, it was all Robin Leonard. So give me your thoughts on everything. Go ahead.
So with the whole thing with Marc-Andre Fleury, I love Marc-Andre Fleury. He's my absolute favorite player, and it really sucked not seeing him play because he's very electrifying between the pipes. But I mean, every player gets old, and they might not be as good. But props to Robin Leonard. As much as he's gone through his career, Robin Leonard has been absolutely insane since going over to Vegas. I think he did a really good job carrying this Vegas team all the way to the conference final. But kind of like what Scotty was saying, Vegas was very, very cocky throughout this entire playoffs. And honestly, they got what they deserved. They got smacked in the mouth by Dallas, and they didn't think they were going to get smacked. And not only did they get smacked, but they got smacked in 5 games, which it's kind of funny, actually. But like I said, they got what they deserved. I'm looking at the scores for all these games. 1-0 Dallas in game 1, 3-0 Golden Knights game 2, and then all these other games were won by Dallas by 1 goal. So this was a very, very close series, and this tells me the Stars have that, not grit, but they have, that passion. They have the drive to win. Like, they are not afraid to smack a team in the mouth. I know I've said that, but they're not afraid to do that. They're not afraid to step up and take on a challenge like the Vegas Golden Knights. So that, to me, gives me confidence for them to get in the Stanley Cup Finals.
All right, I do like that. Tried to unmute my mic 3 times. It wouldn't unmute. It's just the way it works here, apparently. But anyway, so back to gallery view here. We've talked about both conference finals. Let's touch on the finals right now, going on a little bit with Tampa and Dallas. Of course, 2 games in. First game won by Dallas. They played an outstanding game in game 1. Smacked around the Tampa Bay Lightning for sure. And then you look at game 2 here. A close one again. Tampa going up early, 3-0, and then Dallas making a little rally, but could not pull it off. The 3-3 rather to tie. It was 3-2 in the end. So they tried to make a little rally, but Tampa held them off. But I kind of want to talk about game 2 a little bit for everybody here because I was watching I didn't get a chance to watch the game in person. I did watch the highlights. I saw Janmark is back for Dallas. He was playing last night's game. I also saw the Cogliano was playing last night's game. Did they bench Kiviranta?
No.
Who was benched? Who was benched last night?
I'm going to actually look at this.
Yeah, because I was curious. I was like, why would you bench Kiviranta the way he's been playing?
No, I was watching the game a little bit last night simply because I put in a live bet for Dallas to come back and win in overtime.
You put in a big bet for Seattle too in football, and you cashed out a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, and I put a big bet in for the Saints and cashed out. I'm basically financing a PS5 right now through sports gambling. But let me see here.
Dougie with that.
I know Kiviranta was in. It's just a matter of who was out.
Right. That's why I'm curious who they actually pulled.
That's what I'm looking too.
I figured they just continue to bench Cogliano.
Oh, Radek Fax was unfit to play.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. So, they just put Pavelski at center and then threw some wingers in random places.
Gotcha. That makes some sense. Okay, makes a lot of sense actually. I was just curious.
Came back to haunt him later.
Didn't understand a word of that, Johnny. You froze up a little bit. But yeah, so we're 2 games into that. It's 1-1 tied series. I'll let everybody touch on this a little bit. See how far you think this series is going to go. Let's start with you, Doug. Give us your thoughts a little bit and tell us how far you think it's going to go. Pick your winner.
All right. This thing is going all 7 games. This is going to be like a David versus Goliath type of battle because it's 2 teams that are just polar opposites, you know? And you got to give Tampa credit. They've done very well at adjusting to certain schemes that they're going up against. Like the fact that they were able to get through the Islanders trap with all the talent they have is incredible. Like, for instance, the Penguins would have rolled over and died against the trap. But, you know, this is going to be an interesting series because Steven Stamkos is going to come back at some point in the next 4 to 5 games. And they have so much talent. Like, their top 9 has been so rock solid that really, where do you put them? Why would you even mess with the chemistry of those top 3 lines? I think it's getting to the point where you just throw him on a line with Pat Maroon and Carter Verhaeghe and just see what happens. And that would make their team so unbelievably deep from a depth scoring perspective that I see no reason that if Steven Stamkos comes back that the Lightning don't win this in 7 games.
Okay. I like the thought of that. Let's shoot over to Scotty here and your thoughts. Pick your winner.
This has been a very interesting playoffs from both teams, obviously. When you look at Tampa Bay, they've played the way they've needed to play in the past, and they've done a great job so far. Through the first 2 games, once again, I've been impressed with Anton Hudobin. He's played pretty well. He's got a 940 save percentages right now. Vasilevsky's looking a little shaky in the first 2 games, but I don't think there should be any red flags as far as Tampa's concerned. In all honesty, I've been wrong with all my predictions involving Dallas so far. So I'm just going to throw caution into the wind here and say, because Tampa touched that Prince of Wales trophy after they won against the Islanders, I'm going to give Tampa the edge in this series. I'm going to give them 7.
All right, I like it. Let's shoot over to Peyton, and then I'll go to the Dallas Stars fan to save the best for last there. Let's shoot over to Peyton first. Go ahead, Peyton.
All right, so whenever I found out that Dallas and Tampa were going to go in the Stanley Cup Final, when I really looked at it, it's honestly a coin flip. Both the teams are so talented, like it's ridiculous. And like Doug was saying, they're basically polar opposites. You know, you look at one team, they got one thing, Tampa's got another thing. But I have a weird feeling that Dallas is actually going to pull this off. And with Dallas, I have slept on Dallas this entire playoff series. Like, not series, that's the entire playoffs. But I actually think they can do it. And not only do I think they can win the cup, but I think they're going to get 6 games. I think Dallas is going to take this in 6 games. You know, they have the help of Miro Heiskanen, who I don't know how he didn't win the Norris Trophy, to be honest, but he's a really good defenseman. Basically, I just think that Dallas has a really good blue line that can help them out offensively, and I just think they're going to overwhelm Tampa. And I don't know. I think Dallas is going to win that cup.
Okay. All right. Let's save our best for last. Let's go to Johnny, and then I'll give my pick at the end. But Johnny, go ahead.
Oh, boy. Well, yeah. Well, you already know where I'm going with this series.
Do you have a file cabinet?
I do not.
Darn. You have siding beside you, though, on a wall.
Yeah, but I'm not knocking on the wall because the kids are in there doing homework.
Okay.
So
you have a table your computer sitting on or something?
Won't make enough noise.
Ah, okay.
So, however, I am going to pick the Dallas Stars once again. I'm still riding that bandwagon, and I will until this finals is over.
You a diehard fan or a bandwagoner though?
I've been a fan of the Dallas Stars since I was a kid.
Yeah. How many games you going with?
Give me Dallas in 6.
6 games? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a bold prediction. Conn Smythe 8th. Jamie Benn.
Miro Heiskanen.
Johnny, you might just win me a couple $100 here, buddy. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go with Tampa in 7. I do not have a Tampa jersey, Johnny. I do not have a Tampa jersey, but I wore palm trees and oceans in the lieu of Tampa Bay. I ordered a Tampa Bay jersey. It's not here yet. Sorry. Tried to get it here. It says tomorrow, so I was like, screw that. But anyway, yeah. So Tampa Bay in 7. Stamkos gonna come back. Dallas will have a good run. I think Game 7 will go to overtime, though. I'll give you that. Game 7 over, maybe a couple overtimes. You never know. All right. So that wraps up our. Whoa. All right. So that wraps up our conference finals and the Stanley Cup Finals so far. Basically, all we have to cover. I know Doug and Scotty mentioned a couple of things ahead of time here. So I'm gonna let you guys roll a little bit here. Yes, and Johnny and Peyton, you guys were in on it as well. I'm kind of oblivious to some stuff here going on. You guys know a little bit more than me as far as some trades and stuff that were going on, some potential trades, some trophy winners, things like that. I know Peyton mentioned to me Cale Makar got the Rookie of the Year. Happy about that for Colorado. I know McKinnon won an award. Don't remember which one it was, but I know he got one. But I know one thing I wanted to start with that everybody's kind of talking about was potential of Fleury going back to Pittsburgh, I believe you said, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yep. You guys go ahead and take this one. I'll switch between cameras. Just don't talk over each other. That's all I ask. Go ahead.
All right. Yes. So here we go. Apparently, this is some big rumor by multiple Pittsburgh sports outlets that the special boy wants to come back to back up Tristan Jarry.
Is Matt Murray definitely going away, though? That's the question.
Dude, Matt 100%. Murray has to go away.
100%.
They have to trade him. They have to trade him. They don't have the cap space to sign him. They don't even have the cap space to sign Jarry right now because they keep handing out $3 million deals like it's candy. And the big thing is like, the most logical thing to do to clear cap space is try to get rid of Patrick Hornquist and attach Jack Johnson to something. But apparently those two are such great locker room guys and carry such great intangibles that they have like eternal immunity. They can be as horrible as they want, but they will still get a free pass. But the thing is with Fleury, it doesn't work. Even if they eat half the contract, you're not going to pay $3.5 million to a backup goalie.
Right.
So Vegas would have to buy him out.
They're not going to do that.
And they don't have the ability to do that. They're trying to sign Leonard and Pietrangelo this winter. So like
they're going to sign Pietrangelo?
They're looking at Pietrangelo or Krug. So
I can see it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But will Boston let Krug go and will St. Louis let Pietrangelo go? But like they can still offer them a deal, right?
Thing is though, here's the thing with Boston. What would you rather have? Would you rather have Jake DeBrusk as like your third line depth scoring guy with Charlie Coyle, or would you rather have Torrey Krug whenever you already have a ridiculous amount of defensemen?
Probably DeBrusk.
Exactly.
DeBrusk is a really good depth scorer for Boston, and I hate Boston, and I actually like DeBrusk a lot. I'd like to see him develop into a really solid like second, third line guy.
Okay. All right, so Fleury coming back. Scotty, you have thoughts on that? Fleury coming back to Pittsburgh?
At first, I wasn't really on board with it. I didn't think too highly of it. I didn't understand the logic between trying to bring back a 36-year-old goalie at the price that it was going to be too. So I'm not too sure about it right now. If Vegas does buy him out, then maybe. But either way, from the reports I've read too, it seems like Fleury still wants to be a starter. I don't know if that's in the cards for him anymore, but that's what he wants. And I don't think he should be the starter on the Penguins if he does make a return. I think it will be Tristan Jarry going forward. The Penguins are reportedly looking to make an extension to him. Also, good news for UTK. Colorado Avalanche are also in that Pietrangelo sweepstakes. They might be looking at like a 1-year, $10 million deal if they try it, from the reports that I've read. So either way, I mean, again, I'm not reading too deep into the Fleury rumors right now. I don't know what to think of them at the moment because a lot of things have to go right in order for the Penguins to make that work. So it'll be interesting to see how things play out, though. But I will say this. I feel like Matt Murray, as I said it on my first episode, that Matt Murray's days in Pittsburgh were numbered. And already you're seeing the amount of teams that are – the offers are just pouring in. Ottawa has been in the sweepstakes recently. So is Buffalo. So a lot of things can happen there with Matt Murray.
Okay.
And following up where you left off there, Scotty, there's a lot of other teams you left off of that list, adding it in Colorado, as well as Edmonton and Calgary. And I think there's a couple other West teams that we're looking at. I think you can even add Carolina because they're looking for a starting goaltender now.
Mm-hmm.
I want to add something about the whole Fleury thing. So I think Fleury's going to pull Mike Modano here, and I say because Mike Modano's contract was up, he went to Detroit. Okay, does anyone remember that? He had a terrible year in Detroit. You probably don't. And then he signed back with the Stars and retired with the Stars. So I almost have a really weird feeling that's what's going to happen here. Fleury, Pittsburgh loves Fleury. And I would love to see Fleury retire in a Penguins jersey. But I think that's what's going to happen here. And I feel like Fleury's going to maybe play 1 or 2 years and he's going to retire with the Penguins. Okay,
and I know before the show, Doug also mentioned the potential Brian Rust will get traded from the Penguins. Let's toss that one into the fire here. Whoever wants to go for it.
All right, so apparently this is a rumor that allegedly when you're a cap-strapped team, you trade away a guy who scores at a point per game pace last year who makes under $4 million. So, I mean, that makes sense, right? I just literally I feel like most of these people just throw crap at the wall to see if it sticks. Because I was on the phone with Johnny before we hopped on here. In the past month and a half, we've gone from Malkin to Letang to Jared McCann and now to Brian Rust. But yet there's been no talk of actually moving the problematic contracts that are a big part of the reason why this team is cap strapped. And that's just rather infuriating for me as a fan and as somebody who actually I'd like to think I know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of crazy, but with the Murray thing that you guys were just talking about, I like Ottawa as a destination because you could easily strap Johnson to Murray and take the L on a return, if you will, and just get rid of that contract. And, I mean, Patrick Hornquist still carries value. You can trade him for something, even if it's just a draft pick to get that $5.5 million off the books. And then you can be a real player in free agency. You could potentially sign a guy like Craig Smith to replace Hornquist's production on the third line. And then, there's talk that the Penguins are looking at Christopher Tanev, who's Brandon Tanev's brother, to play that third pairing defenseman spot on the right side, which I really like that. I don't like it if he's playing with Johnson, but if he's playing with somebody like Ricola or P.O. Joseph, I'm all about it.
Yeah, I'm going to follow you up here, Doug. I just saw those Brian Rust reports too this morning. I don't get the logic behind that. Brian Rust was one of the top players during the season for you, and now you want to ship him off when he's still young and still on a very affordable contract. That doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Like you said earlier about Hornquist, we've had our discussions, about that as well. Patrick Hornquist seems like the logical move. He is a guy that possesses value. Unfortunately, his contract's a little tough for the Penguins right now. So realistically, you could move that to another team. I just don't see the point in getting rid of a player like a Brian Rust when he still can help your team win right now. I just don't see the logic behind that move.
Yeah, and I have a hypothetical location for Hornquist to go. I think Dallas makes a lot of sense after the final.
You gonna add more to Dallas?
Because you got to think of it this way. They deploy guys like Matias Janmark, like Cogliano, like Blake Como, who play that physical style but are still able to chip in anywhere between 10 to 12 goals a year. Whereas with Hornquist, you're going to get 20 to 25.
Johnny, I think you had something to add about that, didn't you? Go ahead.
I was going to say, when Doug brought that up this morning, that was the first thing I had heard of any of these Rust rumors. Now sitting here, I've been looking at him, and I'm just flabbergasted at some of this stuff is even happening. And like again, as Scotty said, a player that is on a point per game average scoring for you right now, and I believe still his rookie contract actually. No, oh no, that's right.
He's getting paid like 3.5 right now.
Still on an affordable contract for you. You probably your biggest producer, or next to Sid Malkin. I might be going on a little bit of a stretch there with that. But hey, this is what it is. These guys, Russ can do stuff for you right now. And I agree with Doug trading Hornquist to Dallas or somewhere like that, where a lot of these power forward guys are working together, which it makes the most sense. Honestly, I would throw him on the third line right now. Maybe even the fourth line for the Stars.
Well, and see, the whole thing with like Brian Rust too is that Brian Rust is a really good depth scorer for the Penguins. You know, not someone that could potentially get like top line minutes, but he's someone that could back up like Jake Gensel. You know, when Jake Gensel was injured, Brian Rust really stepped up and was producing for the Penguins a lot. So, you know, kind of like what everyone said here, you know, it doesn't make sense to ship him off. Now with Hornquist, I really do like Hornquist. I like his style of play. You know, it's up front in your face, and I feel like that's kind of easier to come around here in the NHL. You know, I think there's a lot of other guys that are more affordable than Hornquist. We'll see what happens here.
I have one thing I want to touch on too, real quick. I didn't look at all the rest of the details on it, but I know that Minnesota was looking to part ways or is parting ways with Eric Stahl and Mikko Koivu. So whoever has more insight on that knows more than me, go ahead, because I'm curious.
Eric Stahl already got traded. He got traded to Buffalo for Marcus Johansson.
Okay, I think I did remember he said went to Buffalo. How about Koivu? Where is he at now? Is he works or?
Koivu is probably going to be a free agent, and after these finals are over,
he's a little older. He's late 30s now.
Yeah, he's up there in terms
but
of
he's still producing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely can still produce.
Right. I mean, I kind of like the move for Eric Stahl in Buffalo. Maybe he can do a little more up there. I mean, I'd love to see Buffalo be a good team. I really would. I like Buffalo. I think Jack Eichel needs some help up there with Sam Reinhart. Those guys are just they need some help up there. I don't know. Anybody else's thoughts on Buffalo?
I think a lot of people, including myself, always forget that Rasmus Dahlin was the first overall pick back in 2017 or 2018. And it honestly just baffles me. Like, he's such a good player, but he's very underhyped. Like, I think he deserves some hype. And, you know, honestly, if Buffalo just got, like, some goaltending and, like, actual defense, other than the excuse of Ristolainen, I think they'd be good. They'd be really good. So
I keep forgetting how good Rasmus Dahlin actually is. So
exactly, and like no one actually knows. No one like gives him the attention he deserves.
Well, the reason why he doesn't get the attention is because he plays in Buffalo.
Exactly, that's the point.
Because number one, you're playing it because I mean, let's face it, the three best teams in New York are Rangers, Islanders, and then that one team that plays up in Buffalo, right? The Sabres. That's basically what it comes down to. I mean, they're good. They have good players. Unfortunately, they don't have what it takes. I feel bad for those fans in Buffalo because it is a market up there. those guys have been tortured for the last 10 years because they haven't been able to see a genuine hockey team. I remember every year, like a preview will come out and it's like, this is the year the Sabres break through, and they don't break through. So
Exactly.
you got to figure at some point that it's going to give. I don't think Eric Stahl is going to be the guy that pushes them into the postseason. I think there's still some other tweaks that need to be made, but we'll see what adjustments they make going forward. Hopefully they do something good.
Buffalo is
Doug and I were just having
also
this conversation the other day about Buffalo having one of the greatest teams to never win a Stanley Cup. The team that came out of the lockout year with Danny Briere, Chris Drury, Marty Biron, Ryan Miller. Who am I forgetting off of there? Or Jay McKee. I know
Max Afinogenov was there too.
Yeah, he was like their third liner.
Yeah, with Pominville and a couple other guys.
Collinville, I remember. Yeah.
Who is currently a free agent right now.
Nobody signed him.
Yeah, I know.
For obvious reasons.
Yes.
His game has not aged as gracefully since 2005. So
Right.
That's how
That's
usually how that goes. Usually guys get older and they don't want him anymore. That's how that happens.
Some players age like fine wine, and he's aging like milk.
How that happens. By the way, just a question I want to throw out there. Do we like the new unis the Sabres got? I know.
yes.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I
They
didn't see him.
basically went back to their old look that they had, where it's just like the buffalo with the two swords on the
Okay.
chest.
Yeah.
But I want to get you guys' opinion on this. Do you like the old red and black ones that they used to wear?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I want to see those come back. I'd rather see those than
No.
these ones. I don't hate the
No.
new ones that they brought back, but I like those red and black ones.
No.
I don't want those making-
They're
That leads me to
iconic. They're
you.
iconic. They really are iconic.
Okay, they're iconic. I'll give you that. I don't like them though.
Scotty,
But trust me, there's a lot more uglier jerseys. Vancouver.
You're dissing on your own team.
Listen,
make it-
bro.
let's make a
The
jersey
flying V was not the move. I'm telling you what, it was not the move back in the day. It's
I
just
don't get how your
terrible.
logo can be like a hockey rink. I don't know what that. I don't know.
I
what the
did-
logo was
listen,
behind that one.
I like it because it's clean. I never knew it was a hockey arena. It was a hockey arena until I believe it was like TK and I. We were down at the station. We were doing like hockey
The
trivia.
TSN trivia shows.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, those
And,
bar down
like,
The
shows.
bar
yeah.
down shows. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you
said it's a
got-
hockey rink. I was like, what?
And I was like, what? That's a hockey arena?
Shout out TSN bar down. You guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tag them in this video now.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I love the Canucks though. I love them so much. I have the jersey. I have the rink jersey actually in my closet. It's the Besser jersey. Shout out DH Gate.
Yeah, absolutely.
that leads
and
me
then-
to a question for you, Scotty. You brought up the black and red Buffalo Sabres jerseys. What about the old alternate ones, the red jersey with the crossed swords? What did you think of that one?
I wouldn't even mind seeing that one either. I don't think it's as good as like the other ones that they had, but I mean,
No, it's not like the goat head one, but still.
yeah, I didn't
it-
mind that one either because it was like
Sure.
you were connecting the two generations. You had the old Sabres with the buffalo and the swords, and then you had the new ones, and they were able to morph them together. I really like that design. It was a good concept.
Yeah. Now, since we're talking about jerseys, what about Ottawa going back to the old look?
I was just gonna say that. Let's go to Ottawa
you
real
gotta bring
quick.
that up.
I
Yeah,
love it.
Doug,
I love
Ottawa,
it.
you're wearing it. Go for it.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm wearing like one of the old ones. It's an incredible jersey, but honestly, guys, I'm so excited for this. Whenever they come out, I think it's going to be a must buy for me. It's all the thing it's going to come down to is, am I getting Thomas Chabot or Brady Tkachuk? That's all it's going to be.
Chuck.
Shabbat, 100%. Shabbat.
I go with Kachuk, honestly.
I'd go
Scotty?
Shabbat.
That's
I'd go
exactly.
Shabbat on that one.
Yeah, all right. It's two.
Okay.
It's 2-2. Doug, gonna make the decision
All
right
right,
now.
we'll go Chabot.
Yeah. Yes.
Throw me balls.
Yes, sir.
So back to the Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
Where
Coin
are
flip.
they?
Whoop.
Yeah, I know. We're throwing it around right now.
Spin the hamster wheel. What team's gonna pop up here?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
Wheel
just
of-
a random
Wheel
wheel.
of the NHL.
Yes. So Matt Dumba,
Okay.
he's gonna get traded.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Where's he getting traded to? And which team's gonna be crazy enough to give up a top end center for him?
Colorado.
Oh, that would be a Colorado thing.
It would
Actually,
be.
no.
I'm just telling you straight up.
That would be a Pittsburgh thing to do. That would be a
All right.
Jim Rutherford move right there.
No, it wouldn't because you'd have to give up Malkin or Crosby.
Yeah, exactly.
That is
I
true.
could see it.
Malkin.
It's just a Pittsburgh thing to do.
Bye, Malkin.
The only way that works out is if he trades Marlowe with Jack Johnson in the deal.
Okay. So Calgary has been rumored to be offering them Sean Monahan, and Vancouver has been rumored to be offering them Brock Besser.
I swear because Doug told me that. Doug told me that
Peyton was like, I swear.
Oh my God. Listen, I swear to God, I have a curse when it comes to jerseys. Like I bought a Dom Cahoon jersey and it was the yellow. Yeah, Johnny knows. I bought a Dom Cahoon jersey. Not only did it come like 6 months late because of the virus, but he got traded to Buffalo. I was so mad.
The week after you ordered it too.
I literally sat at the suite. I asked Doug and Colin. I was like, "Hey, do you think Dom Cahoon's gonna get traded?" They're like, "Oh no, he's not gonna get traded." He gets traded. I was like, "Are you serious right now?" So I swear to God, if Brock Besser gets traded, I'm going to not be happy.
Listen, and that had to be the
for Matt
greatest day.
Dumba.
Listen, that had to be the greatest day in the radio station because literally it was morning show, your show, and TK's show, nothing but talking trade deadline hockey. The only way that could have ended better is if I had a show over right after TK for that.
Yeah, then we found out. Trocheck got traded to Carolina.
Listen here, let's not even go there, all right? Let's not even go there.
I don't know what was better, me Cahoon getting traded to Buffalo or Trocheck getting traded to Carolina for like.
I was there for the blow up with the Trocheck, but you throwing your backpack across the studio.
Oh my God, I was so heated. I was so mad.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of the same boat because I bought a Trocheck jersey. He didn't come till 6 months later at Johnny's doorstep, and he was on Carolina.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What are you gonna
Suffer with me.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? You know, I have a signed Trocheck Florida Panthers puck. What are you gonna do? I'll tell you what though. If Jari starts with the Penguins, I have a signed Tristan Jarry puck. Jug has a signed Tristan Jarry puck. Johnny has a signed Tristan Jarry puck. Yeah.
Colin does too, right?
Colin has a signed Tristan Jarry puck.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this just came in from ESPN. So it looks like the NHL with the hub cities, how well they worked. They've done almost 33,000 tests and no positives yet. How is the NHL able to do this? And Major League keeps screwing up.
Because they're in a bubble.
Yeah, and Major League Baseball said, yeah, you can keep going, you can keep traveling all across the country, no big deal. So
yeah.
I mean, it's we've only had three cases, I think, out of the whole league.
Speaking of the NFL, let's also tease that the Fantasy Football Freak Show will be making a return to CTV Sports 1 very soon. So if you'd like to be a part of that, let me know. We got to put that together.
Yes, Scotty. I don't know if you're a football guy, but if you want to get in on that with us, you're more than welcome to.
I'll figure something out. We'll see what we can do.
Yeah,
all right.
It's run basically the same way as this, but I might have to tell you guys. I might tell you there's a little trip for me possibly in the works, depending on how things work out, over the October 10th weekend to a certain city where fans are permitted at 10% capacity.
Cleveland?
You're going to watch Cleveland get their teeth kicked in by the Steelers.
By the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, the Colts, right.
No, they might actually win that game.
Phil Rivers, man, I don't know.
10% capacity.
Hey, it's your money.
The tickets don't go on sale until after this weekend because they're going game by game.
It's your money.
Yeah. It's an anniversary trip for Ash and I.
Good deal.
Cleveland. Hopefully, it all works out. But anyway, So any other hockey things we want to touch on here before we wrap up the show? Anybody have anything else?
I think we've touched on more.
I say we've touched just about everything that we could so far.
Yeah, we basically.
Not to mention, I got class at 12, so we should.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yep.
We get out of here. Let's.
Yeah, I gotta hightail it up the hill real quick. So,
Awesome.
So sorry for you.
All right, guys. Well, we'll wrap it up at that. Thank you guys all for joining us again. Johnny, Scotty, Peyton, and Doug. We'll have one more show to wrap up the forechecking season right after the NHL Stanley Cup Finals are over, and we'll see if the champion is either the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Dallas Stars. Johnny's hoping it's the Stars. Scotty and I hoping it's the Lightning, and I honestly forget what Doug and Peyton picked. Peyton, I think you picked the Stars.
Yeah.
Doug, I think you picked the Stars too, right?
No,
I want Tampa.
You went Tampa? Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right. So 3-2 here. So yeah, let's hopefully Tampa gets a win for my palm trees. If not, Johnny will be on a high horse for like the next year. But yeah.
Listen, if I had thought about this sooner, back in June when this happened, I should have put a bet down on Dallas.
Yeah, you should
I
have.
really should have.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have. Because you don't want some money.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll wrap the show, guys. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you about a week, maybe a little over a week for the last final show of the season for Forechecking. Until then, stay tuned on CTV Sports 1 for the rest of the shows, and we will see you next time. Have a great day, guys.